Hello Year 1, today we are going to do some practical science that links onto yesterday's carnivore, herbivore and omnivore lesson. So I need you to get your scientific brains on for me because we have got a lot of research to do. Let's have a look to see what we've got to do. Okay, it says, yesterday we learnt all about what different animals ate and whether their diet made them a carnivore, omnivore or herbivore. Ooh. The local scientist heard about our newfound expertise and wants us to take a look at some samples. These samples are from Cotgrave Country Park and come from a variety of local wild animals, but we don't know which animals they are. The scientist's first job for us is to work out if they are carnivores, omnivores or herbivores. But how do we know what they've eaten? So it's a sample from an animal and we've got to figure out what they've eaten. How will we do that if we don't know what the animal is? It's not like we've got the animal and we can kind of see what's inside its stomach. I wonder how they want us to do it. Let's have a look at the next one. Uh-oh. The samples are the animal's poo? Oh my goodness, we've got to work scientifically and examine the poo samples to see what the animals have been eating, to see if they are carnivores, omnivores or herbivores. And after that, we've got to think about what the animals could be. I think I'm going to need this for this lesson. What if they smell? Okay, now we know what our science lesson is and what we need to do. The scientist has also sent me a list of things that I will need to be able to examine the poo. Now, I think you guys have gotten off lightly because we would have all had to do this if we were in school, but because the scientist has sent it to me, I've got to do it. So I've got to have some gloves and I've got to have some a recording table to record my results. Now, I was going to ask you if you could help me with this. So you will need this sheet or something just to record our findings on, okay? So we've got 3 samples and we're going to do an observational drawing. We need to see what evidence we can find and we need to say whether or not it's a carnivore, a herbivore or an omnivore. Okay, so there's not going to be a lot of writing, but just so we can write down what we found. Okay, so the first one on the list is the observational drawing, which means I need to get the samples out. I'm a bit nervous. I need to get that peg back out, but it hurts my nose. Maybe I'll just have to hold it instead. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got my gloves on and I'm going to show you the samples. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh no, right. What I need from you then are some pictures, some observational drawings of these poo samples, okay? Have a look underneath the video, pause it here for me, have a look underneath and I'm going to upload a photo of them so it's easier for you to do an observational drawing. Let's just have another scan across. Oh, I can't tell you how bad it smells. Oh, this mean scientist. Okay then, I've done my observational drawings. I've done sample 1 in this box so I can see, I don't even know, some things here that looks like fur. I've done my second sample picture in this box. There's something green and pink. And I've done my third observational drawing in this box. There's lots of leafy type things sticking out and some little bits and I don't even know what they are. So I hope you've had a go at looking at the observational drawings and had a good go of trying to draw what you can see. We're going to have a look at the evidence now and I think I'm going to do it sample by sample so I don't forget what's in what. So then we're going to look at this second box here that says evidence found in sample. So I'll start with this one and see what we can see inside to help us make a decision. Oh no. Right, I'm putting my gloves on like the scientist said, and we're going to see what's in this sample, okay? Now, let me hold it closer to you, see what you can see on the top. I know we've done the observational drawings, but you haven't had a close-up, so there's definitely some fur there, and I'm not quite sure what this pink thing is yet. Let's have a look. Oh, right, I can't see a lot at the minute. That's what I can see. Oh, I tell you what, I think the pink stuff might be. I think that might be meat. Maybe some kind of ham. It's definitely pink. Let's say, ooh. What do you think? Do you think it could be ham? I can't really see anything else in this, so at the minute all we've got is ham and fur. Okay, I'm going to pause the video here and I want you to do the same. I want you to write the evidence down in that first box for me. So we've got fur and we've got ham, okay? Write that down for me. Okay, I've added that to my sheet there, look. I've got fur and then meat and in brackets ham. Now it's time for sample 2. Let's have a look to see what we can find. I need to put my other glove on first. I don't want to be touching anything. Right, sample 2. I'll give you another close-up. What can you see? Oh, that looks a bit pink. I can see some green. Let's open it up. Ooh. Oh, that's definitely a leaf. Right, let me show you. Oh, so we've definitely got some green leaves. And I think that looks similar to before. That looks like ham, doesn't it? So we've got leaves and ham. It's not very nice. I've got leaves and ham. Let me see if I can find anything else. Oh, there's some more leaf. Oh, there's a different coloured leaf. Ooh. No, more leaves. More ham, I think. Let me see. Oh, I won't be able to see that bit. Goodness me. Right. Box 2 then. What did we find? We found leaves and we found more meat, more ham. Can you write that in that second box where it says evidence found in sample? So we've got leaves and we've got ham. Have a go at that for me. Pause the video. I'm going to pause it as well and then we'll have a look at the third and final sample, okay? Okay. Let's have a look. I've written in my box, we've got leaves, we've got meat, and in brackets, ham. So I've written down my evidence. Time for sample 3. Got to put my glove back on. Ooh. This one's definitely the biggest. And it looks like it's got more in it as well. I'll give you a close-up. Let's open it up. Oh goodness. Right, okay. Let me tell you what I can see then. I'll tell you what, no, definitely that side. You have a good look What can you see? I can see leaves. I can see seeds, lots of seeds. Oh, I can see some nuts. Oh, they've just come out. Oh, lots of nuts. I think, oh no, that's some more seeds. That looks like bird seed. But I can also see, oh, raisins. Oh, So there's lots of different things in this one. Oh, but different to the others, we haven't seen any ham. So, we've got to write our evidence then. So we've got leaves, seeds, nuts, and raisins. So there's 4 things for this one. Pause the video now for me, write down your evidence that you've seen, and then we'll have a chat, okay? Because I need to get rid of these samples. They're a bit smelly and they're not very nice. Okay, I filled in my evidence. I hope you have too. So we've got leaves, seeds, nuts, and raisins in that sample 3 box. Now I think we need to have a chat about what the classification might be. So we need to know if they're a carnivore, a herbivore, or an omnivore. So let me take this other glove off. Oh. The first one we found had fur and meat. So there's no greenery in there at all, is there? It's animal based, isn't it? Whereas the second one had leaves and meat, so it was a bit of both. And the third one just kind of had greenery and natural things, so like leaves and seeds and nuts and raisins that they could have gathered rather than they've not hunted that, have they? They've just gone and picked it up from somewhere. Let's have one last look at the samples when they're all broken up, and then we'll decide which classification we're going to give them, okay? Now you might have an idea in your head. I think I've got an idea in my head too, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a look. So this was sample number 1 with the fur and the ham. You can really see it's pink colour there. Let me give you a really good close-up shot. Ooh, whatever the animal is, it must be white as well. So that's sample number 1. This is sample number 2. And you can kind of see the pink ham there on the left-hand side, and you can and there in the middle. And you can see the leaves going through. Oh, there's lots of ham in that one actually. Lots of ham and lots of leaves. And there's that different coloured leaf that I pulled out as well. So that's a mixture of leaves and meat. Let's have a look at this last one then, sample 3. Oh, there's the nuts, and I can see a raisin there. I can see some leaves in it, lots of seeds. Okay, so this is sample 3 again. Sample 2 and sample 1. Let's have a think. Oh, right, thankfully those samples have gone. Now we just need to discuss what we think the classification of the animals might be. So what do you think for sample 1 with the one that had the fur and the meat in? I don't think it's a herbivore because there's no greenery in there. Which means it can't be an omnivore either, because an omnivore's both, isn't it? So sample 1 must be a carnivore. Do you agree? I'm going to write it down. If you agree, you write it down. If you disagree, I want to know why. Okay? Because I'm open to, I don't know. It's a sample, isn't it? I don't know for sure. But I'm going to write carnivore in sample 1. Now sample 2, we saw leaves and we saw meat. So it can't just be a herbivore because there's meat in there as well, but it can't just be a carnivore because there's leaves as well. So does that mean that it's an omnivore? I think it might. I'm going to write it down. Again, the same thing. If you agree, you can write omnivore down as well. If you think something else, again, let me know. I'm open to suggestions because I'm not 100% sure. So I've written omnivore in sample 2. Now sample 3, as I say, that was the biggest sample and it had the most evidence in it, didn't it? We had 4 things instead of 2. We had leaves, seeds, nuts and raisins, which, again, that can't be a carnivore, can it? Because it's not meat, and it can't be an omnivore because it's not greenery and meat. So that one must be a herbivore. Again, I'm going to write it down. If you agree, let me know. And if you don't agree, give me your thoughts, because as I say, I'm open to suggestions. Now, let's have a look at the sheet. I'm going to send it off to the scientist to see whether or not we've got it right. But the other question that he asked were, can we think of any types of animals that they could be from? Bearing in mind it's from Cotgrave Country Park these samples have been taken. So could we come up with a list of animals that it could be, maybe? I wonder. Let's see. I'll give you the chance to write your classifications in. So pause the video now for me. I'll give you the chance to do that and then come back and we might be able to think of some animals, okay? If you want to have a go at that by yourself, that's absolutely fine. You can maybe have a chat with your grown-ups, or if you think you know, again, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to have a think of some animals as well that it could be. Okay, so pause the video now for me, fill in your classifications. If you want to have a think of some of your own animals, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to have a go at that now too. So come back to me afterwards and maybe we can have a think about it, okay? Super. Okay, so this is my filled in sheet. Yours should look similar now you've had chance to fill in those classifications. And now we're going to have a think for the scientist. There's no box for this, we're just going to have a go underneath. The scientist has asked to think of some animals that it could be, bearing in mind we're in Cotgrave Country Park, okay? So I was thinking, for a carnivore, one of the most common carnivores is a lion, isn't it? But I don't know about you, I've never seen a lion in Cotgrave Country Park. However, I have seen some foxes. So I'm going to write down that it might be a fox. I'm trying to think of any other carnivores that might be in Cotgrave Country Park. Other than, I know, maybe a bird of prey. A bird of prey is a bird that hunts and they eat meat, they don't eat seeds. So maybe I'm going to put down here, I'm going to put a bird of prey. Okay, I'll leave that one there. Now, an omnivore, I know that dogs, there are lots of dogs in Cotgrave Country Park, aren't there? Because it's a really popular place to go and walk them. So the sample could have been from a dog. I'm not quite sure what other omnivore we might find in Cotgrave Country Park. If you've got some other ideas, please do share them with me, because I'm really just not quite sure. Oh, what about on the sheet yesterday, on the Venn diagram, there were squirrels, weren't there? And I know I've definitely seen a squirrel in Cotgrave Country Park before. So it may be a squirrel, although the size of that sample was probably nearly as big as a squirrel, so I'm not quite sure about that one, but I'll write it down just in case. Now on to the herbivores. Now, again, on our sheet yesterday, on the Venn diagram, there was a horse on there, wasn't there, for the herbivore. Now, I've never seen a horse in Cotgrave Country Park, but it might be a nice place if you were going on a horse ride to take your horse. And the size of the sample suggests a bigger animal to me. Another herbivore that I know of could be a rabbit. However, like the squirrel, the size of that sample, I'm not sure could have come from a rabbit. Okay, right, I'm going to leave mine there. You have a think of any other animals that might have left those samples. And I'm just going to have a look over my sheet from yesterday, because it might help me think of some other options for the animals that might be in Cotgrave Country Park. Now see, I hadn't thought of a badger. A badger might be in there. There might be a cow in one of the fields. You have a think for me. You think of those animals and I'll let the scientists know, and we'll see if we're correct or not, okay? Thank you for all of your help, and I just wish that you could have helped me examine the samples, because that was not a nice job to do by myself. But I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I hope you have classified and thought of the evidence and maybe thought of some animals. I'd love to see your sheets of what you thought. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, just a really quick disclaimer after that lesson. Those samples were sent to me by a scientist, and I had all the correct equipment to have a look through, okay? So please don't try this at home. Thank you.